Errands. I'm going to lead you through your writing lessons for social studies writing today. Today, you should be completely done with writing the body of your historical museum monologue. And what we're going to do today is walk through how to edit that. As you go through your body, you will be editing and looking at 5 different things: content, sentence structure, spelling, punctuation, and formatting. Let's talk about these briefly, and then I will show you an example of how I would edit the body. First, content. The question you'll be asking yourself is, what does my writing say? Does my writing actually have all the information that I'm supposed to include? Sentence structure. You'd be asking, how does my writing sound? As I'm reading through what I've written, does it sound natural? Does it sound smooth? Does it make sense? Third is spelling. Is my writing spelled correctly? Number 4, punctuation. Does my writing include punctuation? Does that punctuation help the reader to read it in a way that sounds natural and smooth and makes sense? And number 5, formatting. Is my writing written in chronological order? That means as I'm giving information, does it go from the earliest to the latest point in time? And does my writing have multiple paragraphs? Your writing should have multiple paragraphs, as we have an introduction and then a body that covers multiple different topics, and finally a conclusion. So now let's do an example of this editing process. Your job today is to complete this slide. At the top it says Day 8, May 24th. Your first step is that you will need to go back to days 6 and 7, day 6, day 7, and you will need to copy and paste what you have written in these boxes at the bottom. So I would highlight all of my writing, I would copy that, then go to day 8 and paste it in, and I'd do the same thing from the day 7 slide. Highlight, copy, and paste. Now I've already done that step. So everything that you see in this box here, this is what I have for my body. I'm writing about Andrew Jackson, and I have all the information, all of my research that I turned into writing, pasted in this box. Now let's work through our editing process. First, I'm looking at content. I need to make sure that what I have written in this box down here includes all of these pieces. So first, do I have the birth and death dates? Yes, I do. They're right here. Did I talk about his family life? I couldn't find a whole lot about his family, but I did include where he was born and the location that he grew up. I don't have anything about schooling. I noticed that. So I'm going to pay attention to that. I'm going to add something here and write schooling. After I finish my editing, I'm going to have to go do a little bit more research and add some information about schooling. Accomplishments. Yep, I've got some accomplishments written right down here. Legacy. Yep, I see I talked about his contributions and his legacy. And then I've got interesting facts at the bottom. So now I'm done with editing for content. I've made sure that I have everything I need in my writing, and I made a note that I'm going to have to go back and find more information about his schooling. Second would be sentence structure. As I'm reading through my writing, does it sound smooth? Does it flow? I'm going to practice that by reading it out loud. Born March 15th, 1767. Death June 8th, 1845. You know, what I'm noticing is that does not sound smooth, and it's actually also included right here in my writing. So I'm just going to delete it. I don't need that part. Oh, hang on. go. Now, if I start reading underneath there, let's see if it sounds smooth like this. I was born on March 15th, 1767, in the Waxhaws region of South Carolina. After a long life, I died on June 8th, 1845, near Nashville, Tennessee. That sounded smooth to me. I accomplished many things in my lifetime. I increased the American people's right to vote and served as the President of the United States. My greatest legacy that impacts the world today is that I founded a major political party in the United States, the Democratic Party. Some interesting facts about, that sounded kind of weird. I don't think I need that. There. Some interesting facts about me are that I was a prisoner of war during the Revolutionary War. Another interesting fact is that while some of my actions hurt the Native nations in the United States, I adopted 2 Native American children and raised them as part of my family. All right, I think that sounds pretty smooth. Next, let's look at spelling. As I look over my writing, I notice a couple things that I need to edit. First, right here, I adopted 2 Native American children, but I have the wrong spelling of the word two. So I'm going to change that and make that edit. Another thing I need to change is to capitalize that S because it's the start of a sentence. Next, I'm going to look at punctuation. Does all of my writing include punctuation? Do I have periods, question marks, exclamation points at the end of each sentence? Do I have commas where I should pause in a sentence? I think I do. And finally, formatting. I'm going to take a look at this information here and ask myself, is there a place that I could divide it into multiple paragraphs where each paragraph would focus on a different topic? I notice that my writing starts by talking about information about Andrew Jackson that comes from long ago. And then down here at the bottom, it shifts to talking about things that he did later in his life. So I'm going to make those into 2 different paragraphs. At the beginning of each paragraph, I need to press the tab button and indent so that we know it's the beginning of a paragraph. Now you can see my writing has 2 different paragraphs. Both focus on a different topic. Once you have worked through your own writing and looked to make edits in all 5 of these categories, you are going to submit your final body to Schoology.